Oh boy, another exciting battle! Oh my god, I'm so excited! I'm so pumped! Yeah! So yeah, I got a battle here against Banana292. Not banana, banana. So I lead off with xylitol, which is an ingredient found in Trident gum, and we decide to pay homage to Gen 4 by using Stealth Rock, because Stealth Rock is the best move in the game, and his manly has no chance of being manly with its pink hair. He decides to go for a Thunderbolt because, as you all know, penguins with tridents on their heads naturally attract lightning from the skies, and I decide to encore his bravoing ways of being a pink-haired man. And I decide to just go for an Aqua Jet because I don't see Empoleon doing too much more besides setting up Stealth Rock because it's an Empoleon. Outside of lead positions, all it can do, according to Smogon, is substitute and agility. But of course, that is not the case. Yeah, that kind of... There's a lot of stuff that Smogon Knights say that just makes me want to hurt people. Except not really. So now I bring out my vanilla, because Sceptile is a vanilla thing. As you all know, because it's actually a reference to a nickname that I had for another Sceptile, so yeah. Anywho, he decides to bring out his grrr, his Arcanine, and Arcanine just sitting there letting the wind blow through its fur, and it decides to intimidate my Sceptile, but Sceptile's like, pfft, you can't intimidate me, yo. I want to use Leaf Storm, because I am going to destroy you with leaves. And then the Leaf Storm gets a critical hit because it was a torrential downpour of leaves, and we all know that fire types are weak to water drenching and stuff, but it's a storm, so you know. Okay, it doesn't make much sense, but hey, whatever. And Life Orb recoiled. Just in case people seem to be confused with that. I just put that because it made more sense than hung on to life. So he brings out his chair, and I'm afraid to sit in it. And then I decide to go out to I am the two, no! Which is a reference to I am the one, which is the whole rape thing from that one YouTube poop thing. Then he decides to go for a charge beam. I was predicting a signal beam because, you know, grass type, bug type, makes sense. Decided to go into a poison type. Yeah, doesn't exactly work because banana predicts and stuff, I guess. And I was thinking maybe I can live with Thunder because, you know, Tentacruel, he's kinda cool with his ability to be specially defensive and whatnot, but apparently, since he's not the one, he will die because only the one can live. So now I got to Freezekin, which, the reason I called it that is because it reminds me of a chicken, but those arms kinda remind me of Metagross, but hey, I decided to make fun of Blaziken. So Freezekin is going to be exerting pressure, not relieving pressure, and I'm going to Draco Meteor, because we all know that we say dragon and not dragon, so it's not Draco Meteor. I don't know why it took me this long to figure it out. And Freezekin is going to show off the fact that I like to use moves that relieve lower special attack. So now he brings out his Repulsion or Repulsion, and he's going to go for a Drain Punch, and he told me right here that had he gone for the Mach Punch, he probably would have won. But of course, that's debatable. That's very debatable. And he decides to punch me with a drainage pipe that he found somewhere. And that is going to hurt most people because God knows what kind of bacteria is in that drain pipe. And Freezekin is going to die because that's just what happens. I could see this thing being quite OU, but whatever. It's currently allowed in OU. I don't see it going uber, at least not while stuff is around that has priority and is super effective against it. So now out comes Vanilla, because Vanilla likes bringing on the storms of leaves. He's not going to start singing Vanilla Ice, or any songs by Vanilla Ice. So I decide to finish him off with a Leaf Storm, and that is why I think Repulsion is overrated. Surely it is a good Pokemon, but honestly, it's not the end-all be-all Pokemon. So he brings out his Aachen, because he likes to be Aachen, and he decides to Wing Attack because, for whatever reason, Banana doesn't feel the need to use that other move that has much higher base power. And if he used it with the Sky Jewel, it would get even higher power, but, you know, whatever. The reason this thing is considered to be sucky is because it has its ability, but then again, the reason I keep sending out stupid stuff against it is because I don't know what its speed is. I don't know much about 5th gen Pokemon besides the fact that, oh hey, I like using this, so I'm going to use it. So Victini comes out and promptly dies to an Earthquake, because how many cute little things like that can possibly live in Earthquake? As Aachen is hit by Life, and I bring out my Ultraman now, which is a female. So, yep. So I go for a Sucker Punch because I love punching things with suckers that I've had in my mouth for quite some time. It's quite hard to explain why things happen. Yeah. And now he brings back out his Manly, and his Manly is going to show me that I'm a female because I'm Ultraman, but I'm a female, and he's manly, so he's trying to give me his manliness, so I decide to punch him with my sucker because I don't want him stealing anything from me. Of course, I don't know what that has to do with stealing, but whatever. I go for a Sucker Punch regardless. And now he's going to Thunderbolt, but that's not going to do too much because manly men who summon Thunderbolts from the sky cannot take out Ultra Woman. And as he decides to eat some leftovers and restore a little bit of HP, I decide to Sucker Punch again because that's going to take it out. He probably could have gone for like stuff with Stealth Rock and whatnot, but I eventually would have decided to go for a Swords Dance and then killed him off with Brick Break. Anyways, he brings out my mom now, and because I am mean, I'm going to take that same sucker that I've been hitting his Pokemon with and hit my mother with it because I'm just that mean. So his Melota is going to go down, or whatever the crap you call it, and that will be it for the game if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, I narrated this at normal speed because, think about it, Gen 4 games ran at 30 frames per second. These games run at 60 frames per second, so it's essentially already at 2 times speed. So yeah, I don't know if I'm going to be speeding up any of my Gen 5 battles because I have my reason for that right there. They're double the speed of Gen 4 battles already, so it's already like they're at 2 times speed.